Imagine walking into your backyard and picking fresh, sweet fruit straight from the branch. Just picked that morning, still warm from the sun. No trip to the grocery store, no middleman, no waiting for delivery. Just you, your trees, and nature's bounty. Sound too good to be true? Well, it's absolutely possible. And here's the thing. I'm going to show you exactly which fruit trees will make this happen, starting today. Hey everyone, I'm William and you're watching Hidden Gardening Secrets, your ultimate source for growing a thriving, productive garden that actually rewards you with real food. Whether you've been gardening for 20 years or you just planted your first seed last week, the 10 trees I'm breaking down in this video will completely transform your outdoor space into a personal fruit orchard. Seriously, stick with me. Before we jump in, do me a quick favor. If you're passionate about growing your own food or making your yard more beautiful, hit that subscribe button right now. And please drop a like on this video. It helps us grow this community and brings more amazing gardening content right to your feed. Share this with a friend who needs to see it. Let's get into it.
Must-have fruit tree number 1, cherry. Let's start with something truly special, the cherry tree. It's a showstopper, and I mean that in every way possible. Picture this. It's spring, and your yard is absolutely covered in gorgeous pink and white blossoms. Birds are singing, the scent is incredible. Then a few weeks later, those flowers transform into beautiful clusters of deep red fruit. That's the cherry tree experience. But here's what makes them even better. They're not just pretty, they actually produce real edible cherries that taste absolutely incredible. Now let's talk varieties, because not all cherry trees are created equal. If you've got limited space, the Stella variety is your answer. This self-fertile champion grows only 10 to 12 feet tall, which means it fits beautifully in smaller yards. And here's the best part. You get edible fruit within just 2 years of planting. 2 years. That's not a long wait at all. But maybe you're a baker. Maybe you love making homemade cherry pies. If that's you, then sour cherries are your go-to. These are also self-fertile, meaning you don't need a second tree to get fruit. However, I need to give you the real talk here. Most other cherry varieties do need a pollinating partner nearby to actually produce fruit. So before you buy, check what varieties your local nursery recommend together. One more important tip. Birds absolutely love cherries. Seriously, they'll feast on your crop if you don't protect it. Use bird netting or scare tape to keep your harvest safe. Your future self will thank you for taking this step. Must-have fruit tree number 2, plum. Next up is the plum tree, and honestly, this might be one of the most underrated fruit trees out there. Plum trees are compact, which means they don't take up a ton of space. They're easy to grow, even if you're not a gardening expert. And here's the thing that really impresses me. They produce heavily. We're talking abundant harvests year after year. So much fruit that you'll have enough for fresh eating, enough to share with neighbors and friends, and plenty left over to preserve or make jam. The opal plum variety is absolutely fantastic if you want a tree that's self-fertile and produces early in the season. The fruit ripens gradually over about 2 weeks, which is brilliant because you're not suddenly overwhelmed with a ton of ripe fruit all at once. You get a steady supply instead. It's like having nature's perfect timer built right into your tree. Plum trees reward you quickly and generously. Plant one now, and you'll be biting into sweet, juicy plums before you know it. It's one of those trees that just keeps giving back year after year. And if you're watching this and you haven't planted a plum tree yet, what are you waiting for? Drop a comment below telling me your favorite way to eat plums. Fresh, jam, dried? Let me know. Now we're getting to one of my personal favorites, the peach tree. There's something almost magical about peaches. Their fuzzy skin, their impossibly juicy flesh, that aroma that fills your entire yard when they're ripe. Peach trees don't just give you delicious fruit, but they also add stunning visual appeal to your landscape with beautiful springtime flowers that are truly gorgeous. Here's some great news. Most peach varieties are self-fertile. You only need one tree to get a full harvest. No complicated pollination requirements. Just plant it and watch it produce. Now, here's something important I want you to know. Where you live matters a lot with peaches. If you're in a colder climate, you need to think carefully about cold hardiness when you pick your variety. You want a tree that's going to survive your local winters. Here's a pro tip. Don't plant your peach tree on a south-facing spot.
Here's why. The early morning sun hits it when it's still cold, which can actually damage the blossoms. Trust me on this one. If you're working with a smaller space, look into columnar peach varieties. These are incredible. They're tall and narrow, they adapt beautifully to container growing, and they take up minimal space. It's perfect if you've got a patio or a small backyard. Plant your peach tree, wait for spring to arrive, and then savor the incredible sweetness of homegrown peaches. Your taste buds are going to remember this. Must-have fruit tree number 4, apple. Let me introduce you to the apple tree, because let's be honest, apples are iconic. Whether you grow them in a pot on your patio or you've got space for a proper backyard orchard, apple trees are a beloved addition to any property. In springtime, these trees put on an absolutely beautiful show with delicate blossoms that transform the entire tree into living artwork. It's really something special. For people with limited space, you've got fantastic options. Dwarf apple trees stay compact and manageable. There's also the columnar type, which grows in a particular shape that's perfect for smaller gardens and containers. These varieties let you experience the joy of growing apples without needing acres of land. Here's the thing about apple blossoms, though. They need another apple tree for cross-pollination. So before you purchase a tree, call your local nursery and ask which varieties work well together. They can match you up with compatible trees. It takes just one phone call and it saves you from buying the wrong combination. Once you've got your trees established, there's nothing quite like walking outside and picking a fresh, crisp apple straight from the branch. That experience is worth the planning up front. Make it happen. And honestly, if you have kids, this is one of the best ways to teach them where food actually comes from.
Must-have fruit tree number 5, pear. The pear tree is elegant, productive, and honestly quite easy to grow. Pear trees thrive in lots of different soil types and conditions. They're not fussy. In springtime, they produce these delicate, beautiful white blossoms that make your yard look like something from a picture book. Then comes the real reward. Sweet, juicy pears that are perfect for fresh eating, cooking, or just snacking on while you're walking through your garden. Now, most pear varieties need a pollinating partner, so plan on planting 2 compatible trees. But here's the exciting part. You get to choose which varieties you want. Bartlett pears are famous for their sweet, juicy flavor. Anjou pears are amazing for fresh eating and cooking. You've got real choices here. Patience is required with pears, but it's worth it. Most pear trees take 3 to 5 years before they start producing fruit. That might sound like a long time, but during those years, the tree is growing strong roots and developing the structure it needs for incredible harvests later. When that fruit finally comes, it's amazing. The classic taste of homegrown pears is something you truly can't get from the store. The flavor is completely different. Plant your pear trees now, and in a few years, you'll be biting into fruit that's absolutely perfect. Must-have fruit tree number 6, lemon. Let me tell you about the lemon tree, because this might be one of the most versatile fruit trees you can grow. Fresh lemons transform meals. They brighten up fish dishes, add pop to vegetables, make desserts taste amazing, and they're essential for cocktails. The improved Lisbon lemon is absolutely incredible. It produces fruit that can actually stay on the tree for 8 months or longer. Can you imagine having fresh lemons available for that long? It's amazing. Lemon trees add both beauty and function to your landscape. They're attractive plants, and they literally keep producing food throughout the year. If you live somewhere cold, here's the strategy. Grow your lemon tree in a container. During warm months, move it outside to get sunlight, and when winter approaches, move it indoors or to a protected location. This way, you get to enjoy lemons no matter what climate you're in. Seriously, if you haven't added a lemon tree to your garden plans yet, add it now. The flavor of fresh lemon is absolutely worth the effort. Must-have fruit tree number 7, apricot. Fresh, ripe apricots picked straight from the tree represent something special. Once you taste an apricot that was just picked hours ago, the store-bought versions will never measure up. Apricot trees are medium-sized, but here's the good news. Dwarf varieties exist. This means apricots can fit into almost any garden, whether you've got a sprawling property or just a small backyard. These trees do double duty. They produce delicious fruit, and they're genuinely attractive ornamental additions to your landscape. Some apricot varieties are self-fertile, but most do better when there's another apricot tree nearby for cross-pollination. Check with your nursery about what works best in your area. Here's something important if you live in a colder region. Look for apricot varieties that flower later in the spring. Here's why. Late spring frosts can destroy blossoms on early flowering varieties, which means no fruit. But later flowering varieties bloom after the danger of frost passes, so you actually get to harvest apricots. It's all about choosing the right variety for your climate. Plant an apricot tree and prepare yourself for the incredible taste of homegrown apricots. Sweet, juicy, and absolutely delicious. Your taste buds will thank you. Must-have fruit tree number 8, mandarin orange. Here's a tropical feeling addition to your garden, the mandarin orange tree. If you're in zones 9 or 10, mandarins are absolutely worth your attention. These trees are stunning. Deep green leaves, fragrant white blooms, and then bright orange fruit that looks like little lanterns hanging from the branches. They're beautiful year-round. Living in a colder zone? No problem. Dwarf mandarin varieties exist specifically for people in cooler climates, and they grow beautifully in containers. You can move them based on the season, which gives you flexibility. Here's something cool. Mandarins are actually hardier than standard oranges, which means they can tolerate more cold. The fruit is also super easy to peel, making them perfect for salads, snacking, or just eating by the handful. Semi-dwarf trees can be pruned to keep them at a manageable size that fits your space. If you want the coldest hardy option, look for satsuma. If you prefer something sweet, honey or enor are fantastic. Or if you prefer something that looks like a shrub rather than a tree, the pixie mandarin is your choice. Add a mandarin orange tree to your garden for visual beauty and delicious fruit. It's that simple. Must-have fruit tree number 9, calamondin. Now here's something unique and interesting, the calamondin tree. These produce small fruits that look almost like little tangerines. And here's what makes them so special. They have sweet peels and tart flesh, which creates this amazing flavor combination. It's totally different from any other citrus fruit, and that's what makes it so fun to grow and taste. Calamondin trees are commonly grown in containers, making them perfect for patios, small gardens, or even indoor growing spaces. They're one of the hardiest citrus options available, tolerating temperatures as low as 20 degrees Fahrenheit. That's incredible. These trees are genuinely ornamental. The deep green foliage is attractive all year round, the white flowers smell amazing, and then you get the bright orange fruit. It's like having a piece of art in your garden that also produces food. Add a calamondin tree to your garden for a unique mix of beauty and flavor. When friends visit and you show them this tree, they'll have questions. It's a conversation starter and a delicious fruit producer all in one. Last but definitely not least, I want to introduce you to the fig tree. This might be the easiest fruit tree you could possibly grow. Figs are incredibly low maintenance. Seriously, they're almost impossible to mess up, which makes them perfect for every level of gardener. Some fig varieties like blackjack or improved brown turkey naturally stay short and don't require aggressive height control. Other varieties might send up shoots and form multiple stems that look like oversized shrubs. Either way, you get figs. And here's another beautiful option. Fig trees grow wonderfully in containers. If you live in a colder climate, just keep your tree in a pot so you can move it inside during harsh winters. You still get to enjoy this tasty dessert fruit despite your climate. And the best part? Fig trees are self-pollinating. You only need one tree. Plant it, give it basic care, and it rewards you with delicious sweet fruit year after year with minimal effort. Figs are nature's way of saying that growing your own food doesn't need to be complicated. It really doesn't.
That's everything I wanted to share about these 10 must-have fruit trees for your garden. Every single tree we discussed brings beauty to your outdoor space. Every single one produces real, delicious fruit that you grew yourself. That's powerful, that's amazing. Now it's your turn. Which tree are you most excited to plant? Leave that answer in the comments below. Be specific. Tell me which variety, tell me where you're planning to put it, tell me what you can't wait to make with the fruit. Don't forget to like this video. Seriously, it helps the algorithm and brings more content just like this to people who need it.
Subscribe to Hidden Gardening Secrets for more tips, tricks, and complete guides on growing your own food. Share this video with someone in your life who'd love to start an edible garden. Send it to that friend who's always talking about wanting fresh fruit. If you have questions about any of these trees, or if you want me to do a deeper dive on any specific variety, drop that request in the comments. I read them all and I answer what I can. Growing your own fruit is one of the most rewarding things you can do. It connects you to nature. It provides real food for your family. It brings beauty to your space, and it's absolutely achievable. Get out there and plant a tree today. Your future self, the one who's eating fresh fruits straight from the branch, will be incredibly grateful. This is William from Hidden Gardening Secrets. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Keep growing.